It is a brand new episode of Hockey and Hounds brought to you by Ticketmaster and Make More Memories Live with Flyers head coach John Tortorella. I'm Jason Martinez. Torts, how you holding up? You compete all year for this time of year.
Yeah. We've allowed other teams to get in. We've put into a situation where we're going to have to get it to another level. It's something that we watch. Anxious to see how we continue to go through this.
It's been a crazy year of storylines, but let me ask you this simple question. You love to talk about the mind. I want to crawl into your mind. What do you like more, winning or do you hate losing more?
Oh, God, it's the losing.
Me too.
See, the winning, you win a game.
That's psychological.
Yeah, you're thrilled for a couple of minutes, but by the time you talk to the coaches after the game, see some people down in the room, in the coaches' room, you're already thinking about the next game.
Yeah.
We're losing. It just sticks with you. Losing sucks.
Winning's mental. Losing is physical pain.
Yeah, it just knocks you down.
Yeah,
it knocks you down, and it is. I've always been told you got to be a good loser. I don't know. If you're a good loser, you're a loser, and
yeah,
I'm never interested in being a good loser.
Yeah, win with class and lose with dignity. Okay,
yeah.
But don't accept it.
No,
you can't ever accept it.
No.
When you see this time of year, and you have so many guys out there that have spilled so much to get into this position, to have it slip through their fingers at the end of this year would be something I think will be crushing for the athlete. Mm-hmm. How do you get that message across?
Yeah, and I'm not thinking about what it is at the end of the year. I'm thinking about what it is now, and this
and Friday night, what it's going to be.
Yeah, and really when we played, the Islanders in our second period in the Islanders game, it really bothered me that I think we need to challenge ourselves. I think sometimes there's a little bit of a narrative out there that, now that we're struggling a little bit, trying to find a way to get points and struggling, that, they're still a young team, they weren't supposed to be here. All the stuff that was talked about at the beginning of the year, I think sometimes can settle in with some players, and that's what can happen. I don't want us to give in here. We've had a really good year. We didn't expect to be. We're not supposed to be here. That's the famous line now, right? We're not supposed to be here. We're here.
Yeah.
So let's
do something with it.
Yeah, accept it, and let's try to get our level to where it should be at this time of year. I like our team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like where we're at right now in our mindset to where, and it is part of the growth. It's you have to get here and go through the process and see what it really is. And I just don't think some of us are ready to accept. I got to get it to another level. And that starts mentally.
See, the funny thing about that is to a man, every one of those guys has said, nobody believed in us. We're going to prove you wrong. Well, you did. You're here. Mm-hmm. So you can't go back now to that.
Take the next step.
We weren't supposed to be here. Yeah.
Take the next step. It's the most difficult one.
Yeah.
And accept that you're going to have to be better. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And so I'm really looking forward to it, and that includes the coaches too.
Yeah,
and we have to do a better job coaching. We have to figure out a way to get the players to understand the level of play isn't good enough right now.
The sharpness of the message is even more important. You as a coach, I mean, I've coached at various levels for almost 20 years. And you've been coaching for a very long time. How many times have you said, I can't imagine the amount of times that I've said or heard from a coach, I don't need to say anything, but.
Yeah.
You lead that sentence a lot, don't you?
Yeah. And what we've tried to do a little bit this year is that, but I've allowed them.
Fill in that blank.
Fill in the blank. And we put it on the board.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put 5 slots in there on the board on our 6:00 meeting. I said, I don't have anything to say. You guys tell us. You guys tell the coaches, tell the rest of the team. I don't care who it is. Fill in the blanks. What needs to happen here?
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
It's empowerment.
Yeah, it's to empower them, because sometimes they get sick of listening to you.
Yeah.
God knows I'm sick of listening myself, and I think you need. That's what we talk about with today's athletes. They want that shared conversation, but okay, we want a shared conversation now when things are a little bit rough for us right now. Yeah. So we want you involved in this too.
Yeah. So you got to step to the plate.
Yeah.
This has got to be, it's got to be all or nothing.
Yeah.
Is that something towards, some guys you have right now, and you mentioned it the other night, they don't know how to play in this situation. It's easy to play it on Tuesday in January, but you're playing to get here.
Yeah.
Is that something that can be developed or learned?
Well, I think it needs to be developed.
Yeah.
I don't think
some guys just have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys don't.
Exactly. But if you don't, you can learn it. And the guys that do have it, that's just an innate ability.
Yeah.
It's an innate mindset. They need to share that too, because we're trying to do it as coaches, but there's no other better teacher than a teammate, and having players understand really what you need to be doing at this time. And it's not about mistakes.
No.
For me. It's about the level
Compete.
of play. It's about the level of your will. We need to get higher. We need to get higher. And I hope some guys that are there that I think are going to help some of the guys that aren't there right now.
I love it when people say, yeah, I want to win. It's not about wanting. Everybody wants to win. Wanting to win's easy as hell. It's what are you willing to do to win? And what are you willing to do to not have the guttural reaction to losing?
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
I had a player say to me the other day, I won't name the player or anything like that, but it is a player that wants more, wants to be dependent on more. And I'm working, I'm doing all my work, I'm working hard. I wait a minute. Working hard?
No
That's
bonus
a
points.
given.
Yeah, there's no bonus points for that.
That what are we even talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's what you need to do above that. And that's what upset me the other night. We have a goalie come in the second period, and we don't play for him. It was an opportunity it gave you an extra motivation. If you need more motivation, then we're playing the Islanders and we're struggling getting points. If you need more motivation, there it is right now. I just put that guy into a hell of a spot.
Hasn't even practiced with you.
No, play for him.
Yeah,
take care of him, and that's what disappointed me. And I don't hate my team. I hated my team that night. That specific part of the game.
Yeah,
and where I just don't think we responded. Hate's a strong word. Let me not. I just was disappointed.
Sports hate. It's
yeah, exactly. I was just disappointed
you hated the response.
I thought we understood where we're at here.
Yeah,
and we doubled it up by putting that guy in that spot.
Yeah. Well, that guy comes in. You hadn't even had a chance to really practice him yet. Yeah. He doesn't know the calls on defense, where to communicate on a rim. I love the fact that on a PK though, he goes back, stops a rim, and hums it down the ice.
He's not afraid.
No, but that showed me a guy. I go, that's a guy playing to his personality and being who he is.
Oh, and he's a piece of work.
Yeah, that's what I've done. Yeah, yes. I've understood that.
He's got some personality to him.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not at that size, right? Yeah. I was telling Smitty during the radio broadcast in the second and third period intermission, Matthew Barzell goes in on that breakaway. I think he looks up and goes, "Holy shit, where's the net?"
Yes, yeah.
That's a kid. That's a player with a ton of moves and dekes.
Yeah.
And he looks up and he goes, "I just got to shoot it."
And he just had the
net was right there.
Yeah, you're a goalie. You understand that? It's right there and
up and forward.
Yeah, I was really happy for him, and I think he gets us a point. And I say this very clear because I just felt still looked out of sorts.
Yeah,
he's played so much hockey, right, Jason?
You know when a goalie doesn't have the look.
Yeah, and it's been that way for a little bit for Urs. Mm-hmm. I haven't felt comfortable with the other guys either behind Urs.
Yeah.
And I know towards the end of the first period, I looked down at Ivan. I said, I just kind of mouthed it. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
He goes, yep.
Yeah. And, you love that.
And the thing I saw, Urs just didn't look right. And
Torts, you know what it looks like when a goalie's not confident.
Yeah.
He makes himself look small.
Yeah.
Body language, the way he's everything, it looks smaller.
Having said that, we don't have a chance to be talking about where we are in the season if it wasn't for Urs.
Yep, big time.
And so maybe this gives him, it gave him a little rest. We have 3 days here. I'm not sure where we're going to go with the goalies, but he needed a break, and we've known he needed a break.
Yeah.
I just didn't have a lot of confidence in the other guys as far as, and so we're going to live and die with Urs.
I've been meaning to ask you this for a couple of weeks. In your time coaching, do you remember, there's got to be, you could probably count them on one hand, the amount of players that you have to remind to be themselves less than Garnet Hathaway?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, go be who you are. Don't try and be something you're not, because damn it, he goes out and plays to his personality
Yeah.
every night.
I don't have to say too much to him. He is
Low maintenance.
Yeah, we when we were talking about him, trying to bring him in, I know he did a lot of homework on me. I didn't do a bunch of homework on him because I already knew it. I saw him play for so many years in the league, and I respect the way he plays. I think he's been a huge part of this, and he's worked his way to now. I think he's getting 15, 16 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Where really he was a fourth line guy killing a penalty or two. And
he was an 11 or 12 minute guy.
Yeah, and now he's a main penalty killer, and he's kind of our personality.
Yeah.
And very important guy right now because he's been through it.
Mm-hmm.
For some of the guys that haven't been through it. Like he said to me the other day, I'm the teams I've been on, I've usually been in the playoffs at this time of year.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different for him because he's fighting to get in,
Mm-hmm.
but just his experience is going to help us in some of the guys that haven't been in this situation.
I think he's so interesting because he's a really cerebral guy.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent.
Brown University.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see a lot of guys from Brown in the NHL, right? Yeah. But he's a guy that, hey, I may not be the guy that's going to score the difference-making goal, but from what I do, shift in and shift out, it's going to have a cumulative effect to allow somebody else to score that goal. That's ultimate team right there.
Yeah, he's been a big part of our locker room and a big part of our play as we've gone through the year.
The only guy I've ever seen go into a scrum and try and stir it up more, missing a skate blade.
Yeah, I know.
What a beauty, right?
He tried to block a shot without his blade. It's just,
yeah. Trying to drop the mitts without a blade on your skate. Good luck. You're putting yourself in quite the position. Let's get to our dog this week. This is Dakota, and Dakota. This is a sad one. Dakota's 5 years old. She came to us via the PSPCA law enforcement team in March, and Dakota doesn't have eyes. She had some issues with her eyes. We don't know why. But she needs specialty care. So we're going to call on somebody that can handle this situation and find Dakota home because this is a beautiful dog.
And I know there are people out there that specialize in these type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they're listening. I just hope they know we're
going to make sure they listen. We're going to get it to them
because there are people that look for animals like this of just special needs.
Mm-hmm.
That want to take care of it. And I wish we could, we just looked at it, the picture prior with her eyes. I'm not sure what it's called with the bulging eyeballs and all that.
Yeah.
I believe, Smitty, that she wasn't seeing at that time, true? And so she seems pretty comfortable in when she just had her eyes taken out a few weeks ago, but just so playful.
Yeah, the eyes she was in pain, so the eyes had to come out.
Yes. So she's in a better, I hate to say it, she's in a better spot now in her life, losing her eyes and much more comfortable. So I know through my experiences and listening to other people talk, there are people out there that are looking for these type of dogs to foster and adopt. I just hope they're listening to us, and I hope we can pound this message out there till we find someone.
I mean, this dog is an absolute beauty.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the markings, the weight on the dog.
Yeah, she looks very
fantastic.
Like she's been fed. Yes.
Yeah. And despite her past, Dakota remains very sweet. She's got great personality, and the behavior team's been working with her, training her on how she can, use the sniffer or use the ears to compensate for the lack of vision.
And you know what? It's sad, but listening to her story, she's in a better place. She's out of pain.
Yeah.
And
she's look at it. I mean,
look, she's being taken care of so well. It's just, oh my gosh, look at that video.
Yeah. Oh, she loves the shoulder rub. The front shoulder rub's a great panel to get a dog on.
She looks so healthy.
Yeah.
Other than that. And so I hope someone's listening.
Yeah. And so Dakota's looking for a home that's going to continue her training. I know that people love training and helping, these special needs dogs. This is the perfect opportunity. She's open to meet other dogs. She's looking for a family who can help support her needs. And I got a soft spot for this dog. This is just one of those dogs that just grabs you by the belly.
Yeah. And it's just.
But just like every other dog, it needs to be saved.
Yeah. It's a great job by PSPCA as far as making sure the animal is out of pain, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is 2 or 3 weeks after her operation, this video here. Oh, my God, look at her.
Geez.
I mean, those people at these shelters, they're just fantastic people. And what the time and the care they put into it, they are committed. We're
Yeah.
talking about hockey players being committed.
Yeah.
Things don't happen the proper way for an animal like this if you don't have that type of commitment.
Well, I'll tell you what, because we know the audience of hockey and hounds, we can come on here with a floppy ear beauty every week and get it adopted.
Yeah.
But we're not afraid to take on this task.
Yeah.
This is a different task, and this audience has been so responsive to this program that we're going to put this dog in the program, and we're going to find this dog a home.
You said it to me before we started. This is kind of a coffee cake type situation, and you and the people of the shelters have put and Smitty have put so much time into getting that coffee cake adopted, and you finally got it done.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
We're not going to stop until Dakota finds a home too.
It's fantastic. It's great to hear.
Yeah, all the adoption info is at the Hockey and Hounds homepage, PhiladelphiaFlyers.com/Hockey and Hounds. Let's find Dakota a home. Watch the video and just see just how beautiful the dog is, number one, and how responsive it's still. I think people say, well, the dog doesn't have eyes. I mean, what can I do with a dog with no eyes? There's a lot. Dogs have the senses with the nose and the ears to be able to compensate in a big way for that. So we are going to find Dakota.
Fantastic stuff.
Torts, back-to-back Friday, Saturday. You're down to 6 games. Can you believe it's only 6 games?
Yeah.
Like, weren't we just in November?
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
We talked about, it was going to be a sprint, and now it is going to be. It is a sprint. I hope we react in the proper way. Trying to give them a couple extra days. We gave them 2 days off here. Trying to refresh them and get our energy back. I'm looking forward to see how we respond.
Best of luck this week. We'll talk next week.
All right, man. Be well.